A sleek, modern airport terminal bustles with activity. Travelers rush to gates, their footsteps echoing on polished floors. Overhead, fluorescent lights cast a sterile glow, while announcements crackle through the PA system. Amid the crowd, an older man in a neatly pressed suit stands calmly at a check-in counter. His posture is upright, exuding quiet dignity. A small pin on his lapel glints, a Medal of Honor, the nation's highest military award. This is Colonel James Harper, a decorated Vietnam War hero whose bravery saved countless lives under fire. His face is weathered but kind, his eyes sharp with experience. He hands his boarding pass to the airline agent, expecting a routine check-in for his first-class seat, earned through years of loyalty and points. The airline agent, a young woman with a tight smile, taps at her computer. Her brow furrows, and she hesitates before speaking. "I'm sorry, sir," she says, her voice tinged with discomfort. "There's been an overbooking issue. We've had to downgrade your seat to economy." Harper's expression remains steady, but a flicker of surprise crosses his eyes. He asks politely for clarification, his tone calm but firm. The agent explains that a last-minute VIP needed the seat, and the system automatically reassigned him. She offers a voucher as compensation, but her words feel hollow. Harper's jaw tightens slightly, though he maintains his composure, a trait honed through decades of discipline. Nearby passengers begin to notice the exchange. A murmur ripples through the crowd. A young man in a hoodie, scrolling on his phone, overhears and looks up, recognizing the Medal of Honor pin. He whispers to his friend, "That's not right. That guy's a hero." The friend nods, pulling out her phone to record discreetly. The mood shifts as more travelers pause, their curiosity piqued. Harper, unaware of the growing attention, asks to speak with a supervisor. The agent hesitates, then picks up a phone, her voice low as she calls for assistance. The terminal hums with tension, the air thick with anticipation. Behind the counter, the agent's supervisor arrives, a middle-aged man in a crisp airline uniform. His badge reads manager. He reviews the situation, his face impassive, and repeats the same explanation. Overbooking, VIP priority, standard procedure. Harper listens, then quietly mentions his service, not to boast, but to underline the principle at stake. "I've served my country," he says evenly. "I'd hoped for a bit more respect." The supervisor shifts uncomfortably, citing policy again, but his voice lacks conviction. The crowd's murmurs grow louder, a few travelers shaking their heads in disbelief. The young man in the hoodie steps closer, still filming. He posts a clip to social media with the caption, "Airline just downgraded a Medal of Honor hero. This is BS." The video spreads like wildfire, racking up views and angry comments within minutes. Hashtags like "Dar, honor our heroes," and "Dar, airline shame" trend almost instantly. Back at the counter, Harper remains calm, but his words carry weight. "It's not about the seat," he says. "It's about what's right." The supervisor, now sweating, promises to escalate the issue but offers no immediate solution. In the airline's corporate headquarters, miles away, an alert pings on a PR manager's screen. She scrolls through the social media storm, her eyes widening. The video already has thousands of shares, and the comments are brutal. "Disgraceful. Boycott this airline." She grabs her phone and dials the president's office, her voice urgent. "Sir, we've got a PR nightmare unfolding. At JFK, a Medal of Honor recipient was downgraded and it's going viral." The line crackles with silence, then a curt, "I'm on my way." Back at the terminal, the crowd grows restless. A woman in a business suit approaches Harper, offering her own first-class seat. "You deserve it more than I do," she says. Harper smiles warmly but declines, insisting he doesn't want special treatment, just fairness. The gesture draws applause from onlookers, and the young man's video captures it all, amplifying the story further. Online veterans groups and influencers pick up the cause, their posts fueling public outrage. The airline's stock ticker flashes on a nearby screen, dipping slightly as the controversy spreads. A black SUV speeds through city traffic, its tires humming against the pavement. Inside, the airline president, Richard Langley, sits in the back, his face grim as he watches the viral video on his tablet. A decorated executive with a reputation for decisive action, Langley knows the stakes. His company's image is crumbling, and he has minutes to salvage it. He barks instructions to his assistant. "Get me to that terminal now and call legal, find out who made this call." The SUV weaves through cars, its horn blaring as it races toward the airport. At the check-in counter, the supervisor's phone buzzes with an urgent message. His eyes widen as he reads it. Then he whispers to the agent, "The president's coming." The agent pales, glancing at Harper, who stands patiently, his hands clasped behind his back. The crowd senses a shift, their phones still recording, capturing every moment. A news crew arrives, tipped off by the social media frenzy, their camera lights cutting through the terminal's glow. Reporters jostle for position, eager to interview Harper, but he waves them off, uninterested in the spotlight. Langley's SUV screeches to a halt outside the terminal. He steps out, adjusting his tie, his face a mask of determination. Striding through the sliding doors, he's met by a wave of stares and whispers. The crowd parts as he approaches the counter, his presence commanding. He spots Harper immediately, recognizing the Medal of Honor pin. Langley extends his hand, his voice steady but sincere. "Colonel Harper, I'm Richard Langley, president of this airline. I'm here to make this right." Harper shakes his hand, his grip firm, his expression unreadable. Langley turns to the supervisor, his tone sharp. "Explain this decision. Now." The supervisor stammers, reiterating the overbooking policy and the VIP override. Langley cuts him off, his voice low but fierce. "This man is a national hero. No policy justifies this." He turns to Harper, his demeanor softening. "Sir, on behalf of the airline, I apologize. Your first-class seat is yours and we'll ensure this never happens again." Harper nods, his face still composed, but his eyes soften slightly, acknowledging the gesture. The crowd erupts in applause, phones capturing every word. The young man in the hoodie posts an update. "Airline president just showed up and fixed it. Respect restored." The video surges online, shifting the narrative. Comments flood in, praising Langley's swift action. Now that's leadership. Finally, some accountability. The news crew pushes forward, microphones extended, but Langley focuses on Harper, asking if there's anything else he needs. Harper, ever humble, requests only that the airline treat all passengers with respect. Langley addresses the crowd, his voice carrying over the noise. "This was unacceptable, and we're reviewing our policies to ensure it never happens again." Colonel Harper's service reminds us what truly matters. He announces a new initiative, a dedicated program to honor veterans, including priority seating and recognition for military award recipients. The crowd cheers and Harper offers a small smile, touched but still reserved. The reporters scribble notes, their cameras rolling as the story takes a redemptive turn. As Harper is escorted to his first-class seat, the gate agent personally ensures his comfort, her earlier unease replaced by genuine respect. The crowd disperses, many still buzzing about the encounter. The young man in the hoodie stops filming, satisfied with the outcome. His final post reads, "Sometimes speaking up works. Proud of this moment." Online, the airline's PR team scrambles to amplify Langley's response, posting an official apology and details of the new veteran program. The stock ticker stabilizes, and the crisis begins to fade. In the airline's boardroom the next day, Langley meets with his executive team. The mood is tense but focused. He demands a full review of overbooking protocols, emphasizing that no one, VIP or otherwise, should displace a passenger like Harper. "We're in the business of people, not just profits," he says, his voice resolute. The team nods, aware of the stakes. A new policy is drafted, prioritizing military honorees and ensuring transparency in seat assignments. Langley assigns a task force to implement the changes within weeks. Back at the airport, Harper boards his flight, settling into his first-class seat. A flight attendant offers him a drink, her smile warm. "Thank you for your service, sir," she says softly. Harper nods, his thoughts drifting to the jungles of Vietnam, where he faced far greater challenges than a seat downgrade. He's not one for fanfare, but he appreciates the resolution. As the plane takes off, the cabin lights dim, and Harper gazes out the window, the city shrinking below. For him, it was never about the seat, it was about the principle. The story fades from the headlines, but its impact lingers. Veterans groups praise the airline's new program, and applications for priority seating pour in. Langley receives letters from passengers, some critical of the initial mistake, others grateful for his response. The young man in the hoodie gains thousands of followers, his video a testament to the power of speaking up. Harper, meanwhile, returns to his quiet life, his Medal of Honor pin tucked away, a symbol of sacrifice that needs no spotlight. At the National Medal of Honor Museum in Arlington, Texas, a new exhibit opens, featuring stories of recipients like Harper. A small plaque mentions the airline incident not as a scandal but as a moment of accountability.